Bam! Bam! Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and a lot of other side plots. I shouldn't have done that. That just killed my throat. We've made it to the true last Batman movie that I am reviewing in this series. Now, no one get grumpy with me because I left out Mask of the Phantasm or Adam West Batman movie. Calm down, I'm not here to spit on your beloved movies. The reason I'm not reviewing them, even if Mask of the Phantasm came out in the theater, is because I haven't seen those shows. I have not seen Batman the Animated Series or the Batman 1966 show with Adam West fully, and no one can be mad at me for not watching those because I watched the best Batman show, because it's the only one I've seen, and it was Batman the Brave and the Bold. So yeah, checkmate, that show's amazing. So that's why I'm not reviewing both of those movies, even though I really wanted to. It just felt wrong, as I would want to watch the shows before I'd review them, because they feel like a bigger part of the overall universe than those. So Batman v Superman is going to be the last Batman movie I'm reviewing in this series. At least I think this counts as a Batman movie. I mean, his name is in the title, so I'm going to review it, but I'm not going to count Justice League. I'm not going to review that. That's a team movie, and I'm just not going to do that. That said, though, Batman v Superman is a sequel to the previous movie in this universe, which is Man of Steel, which I watched before this. That way I could understand the full lore of Zack Snyder's universe. And previously, the only DC movies I'd seen in this universe were the 2 Wonder Woman movies and Aquaman. And only one of those I would really recommend you go out and watch. So after I watched Man of Steel and thought it was fine, don't worry, I'll make a full review on this movie later. I was ready to see where they were going to take Batman v Superman. So we start out, and it's with Bruce Wayne's parents going bye-bye, and this was a bad start because I'm sick of seeing Bruce Wayne's parents die. Maybe it's because I've seen all these Batman movies in a row, but man, I'm so sick of it.
See you, chump.
But this is a crucial moment for something significant later. Yeah, significant's the wrong word. What's the right word? Stupid, yeah. It leads to a stupid moment later. So after we see an 8-year-old experiencing his parents becoming street meat, we instantly cut to a 48-year-old version of that kid, and we see Bruce Wayne in Metropolis. And this intro rocks. We really get to see how awesome Bruce Wayne is and what type of guy he is, running into danger where everyone's running out and saving people. Yeah, that's how you introduce him. He's saving people. He's trying the best. He's a little grumpy, and he values life. I'm so glad they got him right. And oh wait, why did he kill that guy? No. Oh, what are they doing? Why did he just drive over that car? Oh no. After that awesome intro, it switches to a less interesting one, and it goes to the narrative about Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen in Africa, asking riveting questions like, are you a terrorist?
Are you a terrorist, General?
What do you think?
Are you gonna shoot my friend? And then bop, bop. Okay, so Jimmy shimmied to his grave, and then Superman shows up, saves Lois, and the bodies then are burned. And that's a big issue, and now the government hates Superman now. And Batman doesn't like him because of Metropolis. And now the government trusts Lex Luthor, and also add in Wonder Woman, because why not? And make sure we add in enough so we can set up Justice League for the next year. And you know what? Add in Elastigirl as a random senator. Yeah, Morpheus, hey, from the first one, you want to come in, still be the mean editor-in-chief for the Daily Planet? That's just kind of mean and not as funny as J. Jonah Jameson? Yeah, get on in here. Who else? Alfred. We need Alfred in the movie with Batman. Yeah, get him in here. Joker. Need a Joker reference. And Robin suit? Yeah, add that too. Any other big villain? Doomsday. Classic. Gotta have him. My main issue here is that there's just way too many things being set up and are in this movie. The fact that we are introducing Batman's entire lore in this universe, along with Lex Luthor, Wonder Woman, Doomsday, and we also have to have an evil Superman government side plot and Lois side plot looking for a bullet. That's just way too many things in a movie that's even 3 hours long and then it's extended cut. Even with an extended edition, there's just way too much in this movie. This was obviously DC trying their best to catch up with Marvel, and it shows. While Marvel naturally took their time and built up to an epic conclusion, DC was just really trying to rush this Justice League here, and it just kind of shows. Now that the Snyder Cut has come out and has gotten great reviews along with Warner Media now being with Discovery, hopefully we'll get to see Zack Snyder slowly put the pieces into place and build to that great finale, but there's way too much in here. Personally, I think this movie would have been much better if we gotten the Wonder Woman movie before this one came out. That way we would know who she is and would not have to explain her too much. But I think that we definitely needed a solo Ben Affleck Batman movie as well before this came out. There was always a planned Ben Affleck solo Batman movie, and that he was going to direct it, but that fell through, and then Matt Reeves took over the project, and then he recast it with Robert Pattinson, so I doubt we're going to get a solo Ben Affleck Batman movie, but I kind of wish we did. This movie would have been so much better if we already had the 3 solo movies with the DC Trinity. That way they could team up here and Batman v Superman would make more sense because we've all had their solo introductions before. The Batman world here is so great, and what they said up here, you just want to see a solo story in, and you want to keep coming back to this world because it is just so cool. And I love Batman, and even if I don't love everything that's this version of Batman, I would have loved to see a solo movie in this universe with him, and I think it's kind of a shame that we don't get to explore that more. Now, let's talk about Batman, and I think Batman here is weird. I think that this might be the best Bruce Wayne that we have ever gotten. I'm dead serious. This scene right here is perfect at showing how Batman is.
I like those shoes. I can't stay down here, Alfred.
We see him switch between this cool and suave Bruce Wayne and then back to the Bruce Wayne that we know, which is kind of down and sour and just talking normally to Alfred. I think this is absolutely great and that Ben Affleck really got that down. That said though, Batman here is just way too mean for me. I like how he is older and built more like the Frank Miller Batman in The Dark Knight Returns, but here he's just way too mean. Remember that nice scene where he saves a girl and tells her everything's gonna be alright? Well, he also just murders people, which feels so wrong. I mean, Batman is the guy who started his war on crime based on the murder of his family that happened by chance. So why the heck would he just start killing random people? I mean, that goes against everything he stands for. Now, I understand Batman killing people by accident. I mean, I think that Christian Bale's Batman has definitely accidentally not been able to save everyone, but scenes like this are just him murdering, and he knows exactly what he's doing. His whole personality and the way he fights and the way he's written down on paper is great. And I'll forgive the nightmare scene where he's killing people because I can rationalize that as life and death. But here, like Batman, this is just unnecessary. I think what annoys me here is just how great this Batman could have been, and just a few things hold him back from possibly being my favorite Batman. But these things are humongous problems that I have. Now, this is to an even worse extent with Superman. Now, we have to talk about how I felt about Superman and Man of Steel. And overall, I was kind of mixed. There were times where I really thought he was a symbol of hope and really trying to help people, and there were other times where I thought he was way too intense. I mean, this is a guy supposed to inspire you, and in this movie, he was kind of someone you wanted to look up to sometimes, and other times you're just like, ooh, don't do that, kid. That's stealing. You shouldn't do that. I don't know why Superman's doing that. But I did like that little bit of hope he had, but here, it's gone. He is just so sad, and he does not feel like Superman at all. He's supposed to be this person that is all good and can find hope in anything. But here, when he's at his lowest point, he's just like, guess I'll kill Batman. Wait, what? Superman here is so lame and uninspiring because what makes him awesome is just how good of a person he is and how he never gives up. Look how cool Captain America is at his lowest moment.
Because I'm with you to the end of the line.
He is still that great person. And then Superman's like, boo-hoo, he has my mom. I'm gonna go murder Batman. What makes Superman so great as a hero is how good of a person he is. That's one of his powers. So when he's a sad killer here, we just don't care about him and he comes off boring because the main thing about him isn't here. That said though, the name of the movie is Batman v Superman, which means there's going to be a fight between Batman and Superman, and it's pretty great. It's actually pretty solid, but there's this, so it loses some of its awesome points. And the action overall here is great. I mean, the entire warehouse scene was absolutely fantastic, and this chase scene is great until he like murders someone. And these high concepts as well, like the dreams Batman is having, are awesome. I mean, we need to have a movie in this nightmare reality. I mean, it looks so cool. That said though, for a movie called Batman v Superman, there is way too much stuff not related to Batman versus Superman. This whole government mad at Superman thing is so dumb. We know he's not a bad guy, even though, looking back, yeah, I can see where they're coming from. But while the government is mad at Superman, they just instantly go and trust hipster Lex Luthor. And let's talk about this Lex Luthor. Initially, I thought I was going to hate him, but I didn't mind him until this scene where he starts acting like a god.
If you kill me, Martha dies. And if you fly away, Martha also dies. But if you kill the bat, Martha lives.
This is when I realized he didn't work at all as Lex Luthor. He is not scary at all. He might be the least threatening villain I've seen since Lego Joker. He is the worst at making threats and being intimidating. Like, look at this scene.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
Okie dokie.
Okay, he talks to Elastigirl, who is a senator, and says, I like to drink. And she says, you can tell me to drink pee, and if you call it apple juice, I won't drink it.
You can call me whatever you like. Take a bucket of and call it Granny's peach tea. I'm not gonna drink it.
Then Lex Luthor says, okay, I'll make you drink pee then. This is word for word from the script. Then we go see Superman's hearing and Lex Luthor isn't there. And then we see that Lex Luthor isn't there, and guess what's on her desk? A jar of pee, just like he talked about. How scary. So first off, that's a sanitary issue. And whose pee is that? Do we know? I want an extended cut of this extended cut so I learn the backstory of how this jar got here. I'm serious, he put pee on her desk. So somehow this is scary to her, and if any of you are a politician, here's my politics 101. If you are at a political hearing and see pee on someone's desk, then there must be a bomb and you need to get out of there, and that's why Elastigirl should have taken my masterclass on politics. This is the worst threat I have ever seen in a movie, and I just kept laughing through what should have been a very sad scene, along with the other side plots, like making Doomsday, he just cuts his hand and makes a giant gray blob, and the Martha side plot, oh my gosh. And then there's also, make a newspaper on the football team or you're fired. Like, it's ridiculous. And oh, don't forget the Justice League side plot. There's just too many things in a movie called Batman v Superman that have nothing to do with it. And you name a movie Batman v Superman, it needs to be about Batman fighting Superman. And I'd say maybe 20% of the movie is devoted to that. And when the main goal of the movie isn't that big of a deal, then a new threat is randomly thrown in. It'd be like every idea they had for a Man of Steel sequel was thrown in here, and in there are great things. The whole Batman world is great. Alfred here, I didn't even have time to talk about him. He's great. Jeremy Irons is a fantastic Alfred. The whole new Batcave and Batman is cool. I love the desert stuff, and the nightmare scene along with Batman's crusade and detective skills being used to find kryptonite. I absolutely love Ben Affleck's portrayal of Bruce Wayne. Wonder Woman is good. Superman though here kinda sucks, and his girlfriend Lois Lane is so useless. I mean, she throws a stick in water only to go after it and get stuck. I mean, instantly. If I was Superman, I would take her home and leave her there because this is ridiculous. Seriously, Lois Lane might be the most useless character that I've ever seen. She's constantly trying to die. I mean, she basically has a death wish. Lex Luthor I thought wasn't that cool, and I thought Doomsday was really wasted. This movie just has so many side plots, and even with the special Ultimate Edition, it kind of still has way too much stuff in here, even if I kind of like 40% of the stuff here. There are great things here, but there is so much in here that bogs it down, and they could have easily made another movie before that we wouldn't have had to set up so many things and also had to wrap so many things up at the same time. Imagine if we had got a Batman movie with Ben Affleck that's running parallel with Man of Steel. It sets up Batman and Alfred and his world a little bit better. We get the nightmare sequence in there, and then somewhere in the movie, we get to see him towards the very end, and everything's wrapping up, and then we see him in Metropolis, and all of that breaks down, and we see him starting a search for kryptonite so he can fight Superman. Then also release the Wonder Woman movie before this, and the stage is set. You have Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman already, and you set up Lex Luthor as the main conflict. And instead of having a kryptonite side plot and Doomsday side plot, we just get Batman being a detective more on Superman, and Superman using his reporter skills to learn more about Batman until they clash in an ultimate battle with one winner. Make sure Batman doesn't kill, and when he's about to kill Superman, the first person he maybe would have considered to kill, he would stop because of the Martha moment. Then have Lex Luthor maybe kill Superman. Then he'll kind of be like the Joker and have some sort of unbeatable plan where he has something set up so he will win, and then you can have Wonder Woman and Batman starting to introduce the Justice League and get that sequel. And that's kind of what I wish would have happened with Batman v Superman, but it's not what we got. I just wish we had another movie set up before this so we wouldn't have to explain so many things in one movie. There are great ideas in here, but it's kind of lost in the shuffle of way too many side plots and narratives clashing together. Overall, there's a fantastic movie in here, it's just too messy to actually be a great movie. Overall, I'm going to say that Batman v Superman is underwhelming. That said though, Batman v Superman is something that people seem to love. And if you love this movie, let me know down below in the comment section and why you love this movie. Now that we're done with all these reviews, next time I will be ranking all of my Batman movies that I have seen. Also, do you guys like my scores like awesome, great, good, okay, underwhelming, bad, and hot trash? Or are you guys more of a fan of that 0 to 10 scale I've been recently doing in every movie I've watched in a month where I put at the beginning? So would you guys like me to switch over to the 0 to 10 or keep it with my cool, like awesome, great, good, okay, underwhelming, bad, hot trash? Let me know down below in the comment section. Anyways, when my ranking of the Batman films comes out, when that comes out, I'll see you then. Bye.